Hey guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Marnice Nicole and I am doing a video and I'm starting with a low battery. So if I sound rushed, I apologize, but like I kind of had this, ooh, I need to film this kind of moment and I have free time and my hair doesn't look a mess. It looks presentable. So I just said, why not? Let's go ahead and film a quick video. So I paint acrylics, and I kind of have developed a very weird style. My favorite piece of 2016 was this piece right behind me. It's called Listening, and this piece I actually did while arguing. I was having a full-blown argument and painting at the same time. I wasn't physically interacting with the piece. I wasn't physically into the piece focusing. I did this, and that's kind of why I'm proud of it. I did this not so much on a whim, but it came out of me without me having to push it out. Does this sound crazy? I don't really know, but I want to let you know that this wasn't something I planned. This is just something that happened. And my favorite pieces are the pieces that aren't planned. They're the pieces that actually happen. Yes, I talk a lot with my hands, I notice. So this piece. So this is Listening. It is 16 by 20, I believe. It is acrylic on canvas. It was done with a palette knife. The palette was a very cool palette. I have a lot of just regular basic colors, blues, greens, purples in the piece, and I really wanted to play with texture, but again I wasn't focusing on this piece, but love it so much. Another piece that I did earlier on the year, and I'm just going through some of my favorite pieces from 2016, was this piece. This is something I actually repainted over several times. I had so many fails, and that's what I kind of want to get across to everyone. You'll have fails sometimes in your artistic journey. You'll have that happen where you won't like a piece. It doesn't speak to you. It doesn't feel like you. And so instead of getting upset, instead of going back and crying in a corner, I went ahead and just kept at it. I kept trying until finally I had something I was very proud of. I had something that really spoke to me. I love to paint flowers, but I hate to paint flowers. And I finally found something that's a happy medium. Texturally and just visually, this speaks to me. This is something I would buy. This was something I would want to have on the wall. I actually experimented with oil pastels to add more texture. And I've done this with a few pieces now, and I love the aspect that it creates. And so this is another piece. On the note of more flowers, here's another piece that I did 2016. Different palette, and I actually worked with the background to show through. This is a 5x7 piece. This is flowers, more texture. I love the color palette, and I've never actually had a color theory class. I've never sat through the lectures and the final points of color theory. What I do is I intuitively pick colors that speak to me. I mean, we all went through kindergarten. We all had those basic color palette lessons instilled in us in our youth. And I guess that sticks because you know what to reach for in order to be complimentary. And I really want to take a color theory class. Actually, there's a list of workshops and painting classes that I would love to take, but I just wanted to let you know that this is another textual piece that I enjoy. This is kind of how my floral pieces go. So there's that. Here is a piece that I have struggled with the name. I think we settled on Stand Out, and it's very glossy because I incorporated a high gloss coat on top, a polymer gloss varnish, or polymer gloss something. But this is a very happy piece. If you'll see here, this is a woman looking over her shoulder. Very abstract. I again just played around with this. This is one of my favorite pieces as well. This is actually on canvas board, very thin. And this was the first piece I did with the black background. And I really think when I did this, this spoke like 100% of my style. I love how the colors play off of the black background. They stand out more. They're more expressive. It gives a different feel to the painting. And so this is that. Moving right along, I also did this piece, and this is my Sleeping Beauty portrait. This is a restful state that I wanted to capture. This is also done with oil pastels on top of acrylic base. This is also a canvas board. This is where I was working with a warmer texture. I have a female figure laying on a pillow. Again, as I've said before, I don't work with any models. This came exclusively from my head, and I love that about my work. I can never actually recreate most of these because every time I go into my artistic space, something new points out to me. And this is a favorite of mine. I especially love the texture in the hair. So here you go. I was actually working on a different style set. I wanted to see something different if I would like something more, and I came up with this piece here. This is a woman looking down. She has a very nice updo, very expensive jewelry. And I did this with a new technique that I actually learned from the art Sherpa. She was actually painting a galaxy. She's live on YouTube all of the time. I'll link her channel down below. But she was painting a galaxy, and she was doing these swirling motions to make the atmosphere. And I love the swirly motions, but I didn't want to paint space. I wasn't interested in space. So I watched the lesson all the way through, because watching a lesson, even if you don't participate in it, you can learn so much. And this is what came out of that. I decided I wanted to work on the technique that she displayed. And this is a piece that I really love. It's very different from my other work. And I actually am thinking about creating like a series based around this piece. At the very end of 2016, I created this piece, and she is a doll. This is my Jasmine, Princess Jasmine Disney inspired piece. I have the hair, of course, inspired from the Disney princess. The color theme, I don't know where I came up with this. It just popped out. Picked green, picked the red dress, and I did this with one brush, and I used a big brush, a 2-inch brush, because I wanted to see what I could do with one brush. Sometimes in the studio, I will have a mess. I will have brushes everywhere. I will have paint everywhere, towels and everything, and this is such a minimalistic effort. One brush, one towel, a few colors, and I still created something beautiful. So that was a great lesson to learn. This is what I would like to call my first hair piece. I have a strong fascination with hair and the female figure, and the female figure showcasing her hair. I guess I'm inspired by natural hair. I'm an African American woman. I stay in the hair shop all of the time, and I see these crazy hairdos that I wish I could have, and I can't because my hair is this. But I love hair. I love celebrating African American culture through hair, and just this is what I create. And okay, it doesn't look exactly like hair, obviously, but this is one of my very good hair pieces. I love this piece. It's actually spoken very well regarding feedback and other people loving this kind of creation. And this was done with a palette knife, a little bit of oil pastel, but not a whole bunch. And I really love how the figure stands out from the background. So this piece is kind of unfinished. I did sign it, and I was happy with it for a while. And you're getting a glare here. So let me bring it back just a little bit. Just kind of went crazy. I timed myself. I did this in 20 minutes, and that was something I was very proud of as well, just to challenge myself. Of course, the background was pre-done, but 20 minutes I did this, and I spent a lot of time doing wet on wet. Usually I let all of my layers dry, but this time I didn't really have that option because I was working on such a strict time frame. And I like it, and although I want to do more to it, I also want to keep it as an example of what you can do in 20 minutes. Finally, I want to talk about my last favorite piece of 2016. This is The Quiet Wolf. This is another piece that I combined a couple of techniques. I did my swirly motion technique, I did my palette knife, and I also incorporated a cooler, darker palette. I really wanted to play with jewelry, so I incorporated big earrings, and this is another piece I did without a model. I actually hardly ever do anything with my backgrounds other than texturalizing them with a palette knife or a brush. So this is the first time I had a different kind of background, if you can see that, and also in the close-up. And this is another piece. This was actually inspired by Game of Thrones and Ned Stark for some reason. I can explain in the comments if you'd like what the connection to Ned Stark and this quiet wolf piece is, but okay, so there's that. Finally, I just want to close out by saying those are just a few of the many pieces I did in 2016. I'm happy with the progress I've made, and I hope you can see just a bit of the style that's going on. I am very loose. I'm very intuitive with my paintings, and my style is very carefree. This is what art has been for me. I was so bored at home. Working from home is what I do, and I was so bored at home, but also I was just kind of, well, bored. Okay, I don't want to keep repeating myself, but I wanted something new to do. I wanted something fun to explore, other than reading, which I spend a lot of doing, but I just wanted something new and different. And I remembered, hey, I used to like to paint. Let's try that. And it's been the best experience. I have loved what I've been doing so far. I love the work I'm creating. I feel different. I feel so excited, happy. You notice that I talk fast and that I talk loud and I wave my hands a lot and that I get out of breath and that I switch topics or I lose my train of thought, or just so many scattered things have really calmed from what they actually were, because I've had something to focus my energy on, have something to calm me and relax me. And okay, I'm getting into a sob story now, so I'm gonna stop here. I hope you like some of my work from 2016 that I got to showcase, and of course you can flip through the end of my last video of my book that I created with all of my paintings from 2016. Again, I hope everyone does that. Create an album of your work. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. I'm going to have another video soon. Bye-bye.